Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde Sandharshita Swatma Sukhavabodhai Nishreya Jangali Kayamane Samsara Halahalam Davanalam Moha Shanti Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde. My early morning salutations to the lotus feet and the lotus sandals and the lotus feet of all those saints, all those rishis, all those sadhus, all those munis, all those yogis, all those gurus. Welcome to today's program. We started doing the asanas, zero resistance and resistance. So we need to understand, so resistance, low resistance, high frequency, that is called endurance, that's called high intensity. The lowest resistance and the highest frequency, highest repetitions when you do, maximum repetitions, highest number of repetitions in the shortest span of time, that's called high intensity. The highest resistance and only one repetition and highest resistance you apply, and that is called lowest intensity. So your fitness, so what you want to achieve, so whether you want to be a power lifter, or whether you want to be a speed runner like Usain Bolt, or whether you want to be a 400-meter runner, or a triathlon, or whether you want to run a marathon runner, or you want to run a ultra-marathon runner, the difference is all about and intensity. If you want to stay healthy, happy, if your goal is not to be aggressive, if your goal is to program, fire all the neurons in the brain, whereby you activate your 70 trillion cells in the body, your aim is because are you working with the body, are you working with the mind? What is your job? Is it mind oriented? Is it sitting in front of a laptop or standing and teaching? Or is your job something to do with the physical labor? If you are doing a job of physical labor, then you need to work with the bulk muscles as well. But if your job is to only do sitting in a AC environment and air-conditioned environment and sitting in front of a laptop or a mobile phone, if your job is a sitting job, only a standing job, and which uses you want to have powerful brain, you want to have balanced mind, you want to have a creative mind, then so your fitness is different. So your goal is to fire all the neurons. The more you connect all the neurons, more you fire these neurons, and more balanced your mind, more control over the emotions, and more creative you becomes. Not only logical mind, more creative you becomes. And as all of us we know, the modern lifestyle and the modern jobs, the work what we do, the highest paid jobs are not physical labor jobs, isn't it? Those engineers and those who have been doing all these kinds of the jobs, it is all about now net. It's all about sitting, work from home and sitting in front of a laptop and doing. So when you are operating a laptop, when you are operating a mobile phone, your job is to do only a laptop or a desktop. It's all using your hands. Your hands are having more than 26 muscles, So each part of your finger is having a different locomotor unit that activates so that I can bend only this portion, I can bend this portion, I can bend this portion. So 3 motor units employed in moving each part of this finger. And 3 motor units are involved when I fold my finger like this. So the more motor units you fire, the more motor units you recruit, the more neurons fire. Very simple. That's how. And your fitness, when you say, when your mind fitness and the body fitness, when you say, and it's all about the number of motor units you recruit. The highest number of motor units you recruit, the highest firing of neurons happens, and highest wiring of neurons happens. Firing of a cell, nothing but a wiring of your neuron, that you are not understanding. A firing of a cell is only the way to fire your neuron here, and that neuron will activate, and that neuron will wire. Wiring means what? Its ability to socialize with other neurons. That's called a wiring. The more wiring you can do, the more creative you can become. So when you have to use a brain power, a mind power, when you want to use like a Buddha, Buddha means the one who learned to program, use entire capacity of his brain. And it takes, and the latest Buddha, the Siddhartha Gautama, so the Buddha, and he is highly intelligent, wisdom oriented. So there are the 3 kinds of the Buddhas, faith oriented, and karma yoga oriented and wisdom oriented. But the latest Buddha is wisdom oriented. It doesn't mean he doesn't have a faith or a karma yoga. Unless you have a surrender, unless you have a devotion, and you won't work. Unless you have an interest, one doesn't work. And work without expectation comes when you're totally devoted to your job. And when you're totally devoted to the job, and when you're totally devoted to the job, when you don't expect anything from the job, and unconditional working, unconditional devotion, unconditional working, without any expectation, working without any expectation, doing everything without any expectation, and what you will acquire, enormous amount of true knowledge and true wisdom. And when I say the latest Buddha and is a wisdom oriented means, you should understand already has these 2 qualities called the faith and wisdom. Faith and ability to work hard. As you know, Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, the latest Buddha, slept only 2 hours a day. And 22 hours a day, he went on teaching yoga, went on teaching dharma and the eternal science. And he used to teach in the night and to the gods and angels and aliens, and during the daytime he used to teach to humans. A yogi, and when he becomes a selfless, when his entire brain is at work and when he has a creativity and he uses all his brain and all his power of the brain for the society. That's why Buddha, when you hear a Buddha, Buddha means everyone cannot be called as a Buddha. Even in Buddhas, there are the varieties called Pracheka Buddha. Means he has not programmed 100% of his brain to the maximum perfection. He is called silent Buddha. He can't teach. He as well has the same ability, same understanding, but he lacks the ability to guide others. Ability to guide others. Every PhD scholar not necessarily a good professor. Same qualifications 2 professors may be having. One may be working in R&D, one may be working in university. The one who is working in the university will have ability to deliver. But the one who is working in R&D and like me may not have ability to deliver. It is a skill. So silent Buddha to the fully enlightened Buddha, when we talk about the Samyak Sambuddha or when we talk about the Buddha means, so what is the difference between ordinary enlightenment and a Buddha? Ordinary enlightenment means if you clean your, your mess inside, if you clean your mess, those 14 unwholesome qualities are the triads of the mind which are rooted in ignorance, if you remove, you are called enlightened. But a saint is different from an ordinary enlightened. When you are ready to get enlightened and then you take a vow because you become selfless, oh my God, what's the point in now attaining the immortality? Let me work for entire humanity. Let me not be so selfish. Then he decides to become a saint. Like a Jesus, like a prophet, like a Rama, like a Krishna, like a Guru Nanak, and whom you hear, and the greatest like Nagarjuna, you become. And that decision when you take, and then that day onwards, your job is, it is understood, you won't do any unwholesome actions, you won't do any selfish actions. From that day onwards, you are working for selflessly, you are taking the number of the births after the births, births after the births, only to program your brain. Perfect, good qualities, not removing just stuff. Already you are ready, you don't have much of stuff inside. You only kept a little stuff left out. Even that little stuff left out, and still you will not get enlightened. That's why he keeps that little stuff over there and he takes a decision to serve humanity. Then onwards his work is to develop perfections. Programming his brain to the highest perfection. Performance of the brain becomes a criteria. Not cleaning of the brain, but performance of the brain. When you say Buddha, brain is high, performs at the highest level what a human brain can perform. And when you read it, right now it looks like a mythology for you, but Buddha's story is a real story. Not only that, even Buddhas before Buddhas. And the king Ashoka has excavated all those places. Even today you will find, along with the archaeological evidence you will find. There is no taboo about it. We must understand. So when this Buddha, so he gave one of the discourses called Mahasamaya Sutta. So that indicates what is the kind of the brain power, what a human mind can do it. And Mahasamaya Sutta when he conducted, so the 10,000 world systems, the Brahmas or the higher beings in 10,000 world systems, and they came down upon the earth and to India, upon the earth, and there is no place on the earth to stand, it seems. And they stood in all those angels and all, so they are standing in the waters. They have become Lakkadevs. Lakadevs means 1,00,000 islands the angels created. Maldives, Devs means angels. Maldives, Lakadevs, so around Sri Lanka, around India, and up to Mauritius you will find. So waters up to here, they look like natural swimming pools. The ocean looks like a natural swimming pools. Now everyone goes there for entertainment. Andamans, Nicobar, and you should see the corals there, the flora there. So it is, they did not have a place to stand on the earth, so they created their own. And they're standing in the water, they created their own small islands. And so they were listening to rapt attention to the Buddha's discourse. In every Buddha's lifespan, only one time he will deliver such a discourse. To listen to that. And Buddha explains who all are here and who are all listening. He is introducing who all are available to listen his discourse to the fellow humans. 10,001 world system in Buddha's classification. In Jesus' classification, say 7 paradises. And even Muslim also they consider as a heavens, 7 heavens. Even we also can consider as 7 heavens, 7 levels of consciousness, first level, second level, third level, Tantra Purusha, 4th level, 5th level, 6th level, and 7th level. So 6th level, 7th level. 7 levels of consciousness. When you subdivide the 7 levels of consciousness, they will become totally 31 planes of consciousness. The 31 planes of consciousness from lowest lifespan to highest lifespan, from highest suffering to the highest supernormal luxuries, supernormal advanced living, which we cannot even imagine. The technologies, what they have. So, and these are called much more advanced civilizations in physics term. So now the science is trying to probe. So which are advanced civilizations which are created much before our universe or much before our galaxy, much before our planet. So 31 planes of consciousness and considered as a one world system, and 10,000 world systems, and Buddha says his mind only could penetrate and up to 10,000 world systems and beyond. And the Brahmas, the beings from 10,000 world systems, and came to listen to the Buddha, a pure mind, a brilliant mind, a mind of effulgency. And morning to evening, what Buddha did, what Jesus did, what Prophet did, what Krishna did, what Rama did. And they all the time selflessly serve the society. What is their service to the society? They only tell you to, hey, my dear, and this entertaining the sense dose only makes you vulnerable and weak. Instead, you are unhappy because of your behavior, because of your negative qualities of the mind. Once you clean that stuff in you, if you become a good human, free from animal instincts, animal emotions, because those memories are still embedded in you, that unconscious memory is strong in you, and the day you are free from all those memories and your humanity comes, you become a human, a blossoming with the human qualities. A person with the human qualities can never be unhappy. A human with the human qualities, always happy. A human with the animal qualities is unhappy. A fight or flight mechanism if we lead the life. So what a human mind can do. And you have seen this entire world, beautiful world, these skyscrapers, a Empire State Building in 1934 too, the latest building in Wuhan or elsewhere, when you, in Japan or Korea, the tallest buildings when you see, and what not a human mind has not created. And a human mind can achieve much more than that. That it is capable of attaining something extraordinary feat and an immortality state called singularity. That's why it's simply ruling out, because you have not seen the virus 100 years back, one has not seen, no one believed. Even if a person like Dr. Kumar told 100 years back, so there is organism called a virus, and so which is responsible for your, flu. If someone said, if a Dr. Kumar said 100 years back, and you would simply categorize Dr. Kumar as, hey, he is deluded, he is speaking something pseudoscience. Isn't it? So what we can see, what we can understand, what we can listen. And now, okay, you have microscopes, ultra electron microscopes, and so you have so many super telescopes you have. Okay, you can see, you can see still your range of understanding, your range of seeing is a limited bandwidth of a frequency and wavelength. And what you can hear is a limited level of frequency and wavelength. Do you think entire existence is only between the frequency and wavelength that you can see and you can listen? So do you think you have an instrument that can discover which doesn't have a frequency, doesn't have a wavelength, or the highest wavelength or highest frequency? Maybe perhaps we don't have yet. What mind observes can any instrument observe? Can anyone explain your experience? I have a sweet, you have some sweet, I have some sweet. Can you explain how this sweet tastes like? Can you explain how your sweet tastes like? No, it looks so good. But does it mean that you know the taste? No one can describe a taste of a sweet. No one can explain your experience. Impossible. No instrument can measure your experience. All indirectly, okay, which serum levels, which chemicals increase. Maximum you can only indirect measurements. But no instrument can measure your experience. And Patanjali says, it is all experience. Yoga is all about experiencing. When you lie down, when you do dharana, you experience completely relaxed state. That state will not come by watching a movie or by eating a favorite food. So one can experience it. If you want to gauge it, if you want to know its pramana, if you want to measure it, perhaps mind only can measure. So those who have experienced it at the highest level, and they have given us called spirituality. So blindly, we should not just like that rule out. Since you can't hear, since you can't see, simply it is better not to rule out it doesn't exist. We should be open-minded. We should be very neutral. What today science available? Have you imagined 10 years back your mobile phone would work like this? Your mobile phone can do like this. Never. 10 years back, and you couldn't imagine. So what a saint experiences when he says there is, every day Gabriel used to come guide a prophet in the cave, and she used to convey the message of the Allah. And so he went on writing a Quran. So let us think. It is not a delusion. So there is what a mind programming, if you program, entire yoga is to, entire education outside is to earn money, earn ego, earn name, fame, means earn ego, makes you more reactive. Absolutely, it makes you more self-loving. But entire this spirituality is to experience egoless, selfless, and experience absolute happiness. Entire yoga is to program your brain, not to fire few pockets of the brain. A drug addict habituated to fire a particular receptors, so called, so what do you call is those receptors of, so CBD receptors or whatever you call. So all those receptors so he fires only few receptors in the brain and he is hallucinated. He lives in his own experiential world, limited firing. Spirituality is not addiction or firing few neurons in the brain. It is a holistic programming of the brain. The goal of the spirituality is to become Atha Yoganushasanam, to bring total transformation in our personality. If that is not happening when we practice yoga, means our yoga has no meaning. You are simply, perhaps your yoga is like a soldier training. It is supporting you to become fight or flight mechanism. The way you perform yoga tells, are you using it as to boost your testosterone hormone, to become very aggressive? Or the way you do yoga tells, so are you doing yoga to fire your neurons, to keep body fit and mind fit? The way you do yoga. Yoga is all about the skill between high intensity to high resistance. But in yoga, there is no power. So someone called it the power yoga. There is no power yoga in yoga. Power means in Olympics, one is lifting the maximum weight, what a human can lift. So in Olympics, so the one who will heavyweight champion, the one who lifts the highest weight, so that is called a power. Power means only what you can hold only 2 seconds, as I told. That's called maximum repetition, only one. Only one time maximum repetition. Intensity is decided by a technical term called maximum repetition. Only one. He cannot repeat it second time. Only one time. And the source of energy, metabolism involved is creatine phosphate. He has to take creatine monohydrate to support his creatine phosphate reservoirs in the cell, because a 2-second activity, the energy has to be generated and inside the cell. And inside the cell, the pockets of creatine phosphate, CP, are required. Unless you have this CP pocket, you can't. That's why his muscle is blown like this. Heavyweight champion muscle, bulk muscle. When you see concentric muscle, a muscle like this. The one who is lifting that heavy weight. And what this muscle is occupied? With the creatine phosphate. So our creatine phosphate reservoirs, fight and flight mechanism where you use creatine phosphate. And every day is activating, so creatine phosphate mechanism. Naturally, the tendency will be fight and flight mechanism, So creatine phosphate. So suppose a 10-second activity you go, maximum repetition. So not one, so it becomes, say, 8 seconds. All number of steps, repetition you do is 8 seconds to 10 seconds. So you are burning glycogen. Where is the glycogen? So glycogen is inside the cell first. A Usain Bolt is running the 10 kilometers, the 100 meters, not because he doesn't have time to source his source of energy from the blood. It has to come from within the cell. Inside the cell, all he is trying to build, his entire practice is to build the reservoirs of glycogen inside cell. His cell is occupied, 50% of his cell is occupied with the creatine phosphate and glycogen. Of course, the glycogen also, you have limitation. As I told you, entire body can only store, and maximum is 400 grams or 500 grams of glycogen, not more than that. As I told you, any fight and flight mechanism is releases CP and then glycogen only. Glycogen means 13,000 glucose molecules for him to run at that speed, and so that first the glycogen inside the cell is burnt, then the liver supplies the glycogen. Liver converts the glycogen to glucose and pumps in. If the activity is more than 8 seconds, because the glycogen inside the cell cannot last more than 8 seconds or 10 seconds. And then liver starts pumping glycogen. Even liver stores are depleted, and then a lot of lactic acid accumulation took place already. All that athlete has to fight, the limitation is accumulated of the lactic acid. Lactic acid has to be pumped back to the liver. Liver has to again metabolize it, again convert into the sugar. Unless your liver is healthy, and so he doesn't have ability and to run, to use glycogen continuously. And then comes glucose metabolism. Burning the calories it comes. As the intensity exercises, as the intensity increases, like, so as the intensity increases means the number of steps. 1000 meters, 1500 meters, and 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers, as you go on. So endurance, power, speed, this is called power activity, this is called speed activity, then comes endurance activity. A runner, when you say all these are, you can measure. This is the lowest intensity and this is the highest intensity. So when we do yoga, so here bulk muscle, your journey is from bulk muscle to a lean muscle. A ultra marathon runner, have you seen how his muscle is? His muscle is completely lean. A ultra marathon runner body is, you can see only leanest of lean muscle he has. He looks in fact so fragile, he looks as if he has no energy at all, because his lungs are very weak, his heart is very weak. You look at a maximum repetition person with bulk muscle, how it is, from one extreme to another extreme. And when you do yoga, yoga considers all these aspects to be a fit. The fit, when you say, your fitness, when you say, a healthy living, you are not a soldier, first of all, understand. Never trained to be a soldier. And when you want to understand, when you want to stay a balanced life, work-life balance, when you want to have a peace of mind, when you want to be happy, when you want to be healthy, disease-free, and like Buddha, you can work 22 hours a day and smilingly, yet you won't feel tired, and no one can reach to your creativity level, your logical level, your ability, smilingly. If this is your goal, if this is your goal, and your goal is to work with the brain, and then, so neither this is suitable, nor this is suitable. As I told you, there is no power yoga. Power yoga means the one who can repeat only once. So something you are doing in yoga, only you can do only one time, and you can't repeat it, then that yoga becomes a power yoga. People just, without understanding, people name the restaurant names like a Nirvana restaurant, and so Brahma restaurant. This is how we make mockery of the science. Simply people name yogas after their guru names. Is yoga invented by Iyengar or is it invented by Pata? They are my gurus, they are my teachers. Is it invented by Pattabhi Joyce? No. A particular style is being carried forward, that's all. In fact, Krishnamacharya is not very happy. Anyone who worked with Krishnamacharya knows. So the turbulence in their family members, isn't it? So Guru, surrendering to the Guru and only representing a legacy. Again you want to add, it is Dr. Kumar show, it is Kumar Yoga. Who is Kumar? Damn Kumar. Who is Kumar? If I only not manipulate, if I only can give you what I learned, undiluted form, then it's called, that's what Patanjali is saying, undiluted form. And if I can give you without adding any additions and deletions, understanding it, the way those saints have practiced it, if I can give in those same words, using the same vocabulary, same words, and translating it for you, and if you practice, that is called a yoga. You are representing a yoga. And now, all of us, we have a ponytails here. I am a yoga teacher, and I am a sizzling star on the internet. I mean, on Instagram. That indicates, you have damaged the very fabric of yoga. So now, so many kinds of the yogas named after, so different names and names. Dog yoga, goat yoga, bear yoga. What a pathetic affair of yoga. Yoga has become a bear yoga, naked yoga, goat yoga. Some sense, shame, sham it is. So immature, the famous yoga teachers on the net when you find, so silly they look, so silly they talk. Where is the pramana, where is the standard? So not knowing the standard, so it is ruining entire yoga. You don't use the word of yoga at least, I'll be very happy. But everyone use yoga is money-making business. For everything you have to add yoga. Now, mindfulness has come. The one who is taught, entire Sanatana Dharma is mindfulness only. Working with the reality, working with the truth of the present reality, present moment only is the Sanatana Dharma. That is only the way to develop. And suddenly now catchy word you coin called mindfulness. And entire world goes gaga. And who is the discoverer of mindfulness? You won't say Buddha, you won't say Yajnavalkya, you won't say Patanjali. You will say someone's name, contemporary. Is he fully enlightened or is he enlightened? At least one should have courtesy to mention, you see, the technologies come from those great saints. We have no right to manipulate the vocabulary. Understand? We are doing the greatest crime in the history of the spirituality. Spirituality is not to change the vocabulary and add your name after that and publish the books. It's not for that. So how long it will last? Already damaged. No one knows what is the actual spirituality. No one knows what is the Sanatana Dharma, what is the way out, what is the technique of self-realization, self-actualization. Siddhanta vicharana, Shuchi Ashuchi vicharana, Nitya Anitya vicharana, Atma Anatma vicharana, whether Buddha taught, whether Vedanta teaches, the same. And Patanjali defines in the second chapter, and he is trying to make us understand, entire goal is to remove the avidya, and he is defining what is avidya, treating what is impermanent as a permanent, what is impure as a pure, and what is not soul as a treating it as a soul, considering treating ego as a ananda, taking pleasure in our ego, aham brahmasmi. All our ananda is our ego right now. What is anatma, which is far away from the God, being a selfless. So, sukha dukkha vicharana, and indulging in, and all our entertainment, all our input is what is not healthy for the body. Whether you take finding pleasure in what causes the dukkha, what causes the suffering to the body. This is called ignorance. The way out is exactly this. Whether Buddha says, whether Shankaracharya says, whether the Vedanta says, that is a style. The Sanatana Dharma gives you only one way out. To deal with the unconscious mind, there are no many realities. You should understand. To deal with the conscious mind, to entertain the senses, 101 ways are there you can entertain. Every day some discovery happened to entertain your senses, something sizzling thing comes, immediately you get excited. Ekam sat bahuda vipravadanti, to entertain your intellect, to entertain your senses, to entertain your mind, 1,000 ways are there. That's called conditioning, pravrutti dharma. There are 101 ways you can condition your mind. But the only one way to decondition, because the deconditioning has to happen, deactivation has to happen at the unconscious level. So when you do yoga, when you say yoga, yoga is to build prana, not to burn calories. Yes, this is what this endurance runner is doing. He has to load low glycemic load. And a Usain Bolt working with that, he has to load high glycemic food. He has to eat ice cream. Or he has to drink a water with maltodextrin. Or he has to drink water with the glucose before he runs. High glycemic load. And this person, if he drinks glucose, he is out. A ultramarathon runner has to eat high fiber and low glycemic load to run 80 kilometers or 40 kilometers. And the one who is using high glycemic load, both have to consume more food. Yoga is to consume more food, as I told you. More food means you quickly die. More you suffer, more consumption. Simple. More food means you are called asura, you are called a demon. The less food means your system is conservation mode, your system is very healthy, your system is very energy. So, less food means you are a sura, you are a god, you are an angel. The minimum you consume. Why? In terms of oxygen, this amounts to almost 6 liters to 25 liters, sick person. This amounts to, if you are not meditating, 1 to 1.5 liters of oxygen. Oxygen consumption is a criteria here. And his oxygen consumption is not less, his oxygen consumption is very high. So, what a yogi? Yogi is working only with beta oxidation and working with electron transport system. And is working with only pyruvic citric acid cycle or pyruvic cycle. And he is converting fat into energy. And without running, without getting tired, and he is burning, he is converting every glucose into a mitochondria with abundant oxygen. His mitochondria is high, means his metabolism is robust. Whatever he eats, even if he eats more, he cannot become fat. Glucose, again using oxygen. And here he uses electron transport system when you say, and energy generated by electrons, highest way off. And energy generated using, all these are, when you are in a relaxed state, it happens. Are you aiming at this? Are you aiming at this? I see in the West when you do yoga, all you do is this. And Krishnamacharya tells, if you want to be healthy, your yoga has to be balanced. The most difficult yoga is this, zero resistance. Yukti nai punyato. The highest skill of a teacher is known. And doing everything in yoga, because ultimate goal is zero resistance. The day you don't have any difference with anyone, everything is acceptable. Resistance means superconducting, opposite. Zero resistance means superconductor. Everything is acceptable for him. Anyone is acceptable, any environment is acceptable. Anything is acceptable for him, no resistance. Why you are unhappy? Because of resistance. A boss is not good. You resist to boss, you resist to your wife, you resist to your children, you resist to government, you resist to society. The one who resists will never be happy. Zero resistance means 100% acceptance. Acceptance, 100% acceptance to the change, 100% adaptability. Adaptability, 100% adaptability. Zero questioning, zero doubt. Zero resistance. This is the highest skill. You have to go to a teacher in search of only this. If you are going in search of this, who is bulk muscle? They are called demons. They are called asuras. Eat 1 kg chicken, 50 eggs, and so 2 kg chicken, 3 kg chicken, 5 kg chicken. In our spiritual, in our yoga text it is written, if you are consuming like that, they are called a demon, they are called Rakshasas. Only they consume more. The one who consume more aggressive, he is like animal in the form of a human. And because all the time his testosterone, his ability to control his emotions is very less, because he fires all the time glutamate, calcium ion pumping. And in order to maintain that muscle lifelong, he has to have some hormones or something like that. So the goal is zero resistance. The goal, even you are doing any of this, between every cycle of this, every cycle of this, every cycle of, Every endurance activity, every speed activity, every power activity in yoga has to be highly compensated by this. If you have not achieved, after doing power, after doing speed activity, after doing endurance activity, if you have not performed zero resistance, you are out. When you say your immunity is nothing but availability of the electrons in the cell membrane. If the more mitochondria means your cell membrane is fully charged. Now we are talking about cell membrane. Cell membrane is nothing but your UPS, your inverter, your battery. Your inverter or your UPS or your battery in the house, and what it does when there is no power, it supplies the power. So, and this battery is continuously charged by mitochondria inside. The more mitochondria, more healthy your cell membrane is. Your cell membrane needs to have good lipids. Yeah. So it has about 6 to 7 kinds of the lipids, and they need to have a good lipids and good molecule. Good lipids mean good fat molecules and good amino acids. It is made with them. Number one, more number of mitochondria inside, like a yogi cell, zero resistance, more number of mitochondria, like in the heart. As I told you, 25% of the heart volume is mitochondria. And so more mitochondria, more robust your cell membrane. More robust cell membrane means, so what is it in terms of electricity? Is a minus 350 millivolts. It's cell potential, or in other words you can tell pH also. If a virus enters or something enters, and a protein molecule enters, it gets shocked. It cannot even enter inside at minus 350 millivolts. It won't even enter into the cell because it gets electric shock. When your charge is very high, electricity is passing, high voltage, when it is passing, high voltage means what? The number of electrons between one point to another point are very high at any point of time. That's why it's called high tension cable. And when you stand under this, you can listen to the sound. If you touch, you are out. So if your cell membrane is strong, charged with electrons of the full capacity, as I told you, minus 350 millivolts is your cell membrane potential, and then no virus and nothing can damage you. Because it is like a fencing, electrified fencing around your house. Nothing can enter inside. A barbed wire with the electricity passing through it 24/7, and no one can enter into your house. A cell is your house, and that barbed wire fencing and electricity passing at the highest level is called a cell membrane. And this you will have only in the zero resistance. The more maximum number of mitochondria you have, more oxygen you have. More oxygen means not inhaling more. So if whatever you are inhaling, if it is available to the cell, that is more oxygen. You don't have to specially breathe. In fact, as I told you, he needs only half a liter of oxygen. That itself is more than sufficient. So is it your oxygen consumption? If I jump like this, I run like this, morning, even now I am seeing in the parks people run. Is it oxygen consumption or oxygen conservation? So now, your job has to do some skill, isn't it? Your job has to do some skill. You are a painter or a sculptor or a software person, software job, or a camera or videography, whatever you are doing some job. To get that skill, how many years you studied? You studied how many years? 5 years of graduation. Then 4 or 5 years of graduation, 2 years of post-graduation for you to do that job properly, to understand that job properly. And you only know that job, that is your profession. That is called your profession. So similarly, yoga means a science of personal fitness, total fitness. Science of total fitness. Mind, psychological, physiological, physical fitness. Isn't it? And mean this vehicle, you have to do the servicing. This is a science. If you understand the science of this, exercise physiology, in other words, or physiology of yoga, if you understand. Exercise physiology of a yoga, if you understand. And then you can claim, you can design how to be fit, how to practice yoga. Oh, this gives me fitness. So this is the way I have to exercise. How many of you choose your means of exercise, have studied about the fitness, have studied about exercise physiology or physiology of yoga? For me to understand exercise physiology of yoga, it took 45 years. I am lucky enough. Because with the modern science tools, I could understand the greatness of those saints, how great scientists, how prodigies they are. With the basis of the modern science, I could really appreciate, I could really understand what Krishnamacharya is talking about. How many? 45 years. With understanding entire exercise physiology as it exists today. And exercise physiology is a 2-year postgraduate course, 3 years postgraduate course, and it has books, volumes. It is not about which muscle, it is all about fitness has become means glutes, hams, biceps, triceps. Do you think the entire fitness is about only hamstrings and only your rhomboid, only your obliques, only your core muscles and your deltoid, only bulk muscles? Fitness is a bulk muscle. To whom you are fooling? Fitness is all about involving every organ, visceral organs and their muscles and external muscles, lean muscles, every muscle in the body, 650 muscles in the body have to be activated, including visceral organs. And yoga is designed something like that. And no one studied. Oh, I know fitness. I know. And one goes for jogging, one goes for walking, and one goes for playing. And for him, playing is a fitness. And for someone, jogging is a fitness. For someone, walking is a fitness. You are far away from being a fit. When you say fitness means, you need to have all the mechanisms. Power, speed, balanced. And power, speed, and endurance, and strength, and balance, and flexibility. All these parameters are required. Balanced form is called a fitness. Any one thing exceeds, then it is not a yoga at all. It is not called a fitness. Balance of all these things is called a fitness, a fine balance. That's how yoga is super refined science. It is a super science of fitness, a total fitness. For you to understand at that level, you need to understand underlying biochemical reactions, underlying physiological reactions. Suppose I am only an ultra-marathon runner, I don't have to understand about the power or the speed. I only have, all my focus, all my life is understanding only on ultra-marathon running, or okay, how to improve, what is the low glycemic load, etc. And if I am a heavyweight champion, all my focus is only on this maximum repetition and what creatine phosphate I have to take, how to build a glycogen, how to build creatine phosphate. So yoga is not to build creatine phosphate, not to build glycogen, or not to, so not to have infinite and consumption-based, oxygen consumption-based aerobic capacity. Oxygen consumption-based aerobic capacity, I am not talking. Conservation-based aerobic capacity. When you say your aerobic capacity and your rest heart rate, and how you are conserving how much oxygen you are consuming. Very simple. How much oxygen you are consuming. In a basal energy expenditure, how much oxygen you are consuming. The less you are consuming, you are totally fit, it means. Whatever the exercise you have done, it means it is serving the purpose. If your consumption of oxygen is minimal. So fitness is to achieve that the total conservation of oxygen by balancing all these activities. That's how in yoga, so it is divided. So when you say intensity, the style of yoga you perform. That's why I say people hook to Iyengarji, people hook to Patabi Joyce, people hook to some Hatha yoga, and they say our yoga is superior. I am like a dummy. I went to everywhere in India. You are very smart, isn't it? Practicing only Iyengar yoga, or practicing only Patabi Joyce yoga, and practicing only one yoga. You are very smart, you think. What you achieved? Only one fitness parameter you achieved, at the cost of all other fitness parameters. Do you understand? Why one has to go to different ashrams everywhere? Is there any ashram where from LKG to PhD is there? Is there any school where from kindergarten to postdoctoral research is offered under one roof? In the world, if you find any place, you tell me. So yoga is also like that. Yoga itself divided, Vedas itself divided in India. East zone preserves some Veda, West zone preserves some yoga, Northern India preserves some Vedas, and Southern traditions preserve some Vedic traditions. It is disseminated across the breadth, length of the Himalaya, across the length, breadth and the length of the Himalayas, and across Himalayas to Kanyakumari, and along the length and the breadth of India, along the length and the breadth of Himalayas, the technologies are very widespread. And that categorization still exists in Tibetan systems. They have clearly defined 7 traditions. Like, when you say Kayagyu tradition, when you say this is Geluk tradition, when you say it is a Yogacharya tradition, 7 Nyingma yoga, when you say 7 limbs of Nyingma yoga clearly defined. The entire Tantra system is classified clearly. So if you attend all these schools, if you have practiced, if you have learnt all these things for what? Conservation of oxygen, balancing of all these fitness parameters. That's why let us not conclude that, already we have been practicing 45 years, so much yoga. We know yoga. And the one who, meditation part is totally neglected. That is different groups in abroad. And these groups are different. The one who is working with the body, seldom he does any meditation. The one who does the meditation, and seldom he does any yoga. How come? That's why my teacher Krishnamacharya used to laugh at the way yoga practiced in the world. He has so much of meaning to laugh. Because Shankaracharya practiced 64,000 asanas, or 84,000 asanas. Ramanujacharya practiced 26,000 asanas, or Madhavacharya practiced 16,000 asanas. It is written, my Krishnamacharya has written a book called Yoga Makaranda in 1934. You can read that book, you will find the same reference you will find. I am taking the reference from that book. And my teacher, my Guru Krishnamacharya, I have so many teacher gurus, 86 gurus. But Krishnamacharya Guru I am talking about. Each Guru is greater. No Guru is inferior. All subject professors, every Guru, every teacher in all the subjects are adorable. Because you need all subjects for living, at least up to 10th standard, up to 9th class, 10th class, 10 plus 2 level. So you have to study all the subjects for your healthy living, for you to understand the science. So Krishnamacharya, he says, when he said Shankaracharya practiced When I talk like this for you, it looks like killing the time. So we are suffering from corona, Mr. Kumar. Is there any other time we can discuss this? Yes. So if we don't even remember those saints, the legacy of yoga, and what is the purpose of yoga, and we don't even understand, and what is the style of yoga, that's why I said Krishnamacharya has given this, but now, again Krishnamacharya students limited it to only therapeutic yoga. It is not therapeutic yoga. Krishnamacharya has given yoga for total fitness. And that part is not explored, and it is interpreted, often misinterpreted. One is called Srishtri Krama. Power, speed, there is no power in this, speed, endurance. When you do asanas like this is called Srishti Krama, where you are using creatine phosphate metabolism, where you are using glycogen metabolism. In your 1 hour practice, minimum of 5 to 10 minutes, minimum it should be there. 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes is more than enough because it is an endurance. It is a speed involved. As I told, speed means in all that Usain Bolt runs is only 8 seconds. All your training is only for 8 seconds. Isn't it? So when you say endurance, Srishtikrama has to be minimum time, not the longest time. That's why in your practice it should not exceed more than 5 minutes, frankly speaking. Maximum 5 to 10 minutes. And then comes, this is the intensity, high intensity. To low intensity also you can go, high intensity. Then comes resistance. This is endurance based. Then comes resistance based called Rakshana Krama. Weight training, in modern terms, weight training, metabolic training, or anabolic training. This is called resistance training. Holding in the posture, carrying weight of the body, weight of a leg, weight of an arm, different weights, high resistance to low resistance. Resistance training is called Rakshana Krama. This has to be there about 15 minutes to 20 minutes in your practice. Then comes Sikshana Krama. Posture for perfection, alignment, balance, understanding, the muscles, understanding. So training to perfect Sikshana Krama. Center of mass to center of gravity. And line passing through center of mass and center of gravity called alignment. Working proximal, working dorsal. The technology of understanding center of mass and center of gravity, line passing through the center of mass, understanding the fulcrum. Is called Sikshana Krama. This is a highly skill oriented. This is a dummy oriented. If you come across, as you are going down, it involves so much of skill it involves. Then comes is the Chikitsa Krama, Adhyatmika Krama. zero resistance between, after doing, whether you do Srishtri Krama, whether you do Rakshana Krama, whether you do Sikshana Krama, in between them, it is a must. Zero resistance. This is a maximum time, 30 minutes, only zero resistance. Minimum 30 minutes in your 1 hour practice has to be a zero resistance. If this is 15 to 20 minutes, if it is a 5 minutes to 10 minutes, and then 30 minutes has to be zero resistance. If you have some problem, if you practice yoga like this, you won't have any problem. It is a Chikitsa. You can cure all the problems. Your blood pressure will come down, your glucose gets regulated, your obesity will go away, and all your psychological, physiological, mental, physical problems will go away. If you practice, if you balance like this, zero resistance means, as I told you, resistance, this is glycogen building mechanism. Glycogen building. And anabolic means protein synthesis, means boosting the mitochondria, cell volume, increasing the cell volume, lean muscle building. Lean muscle building. Must it is, lean muscle building. More mitochondrial building, so increasing the cell volume. That is working between glycogen mechanisms to aerobic mechanisms. Oxygen-based consumption, aerobic mechanisms. Here means Sikshana Krama means center of mass, center of gravity. So whatever you do, it must guide. Sikshana should guide Srishtri Krama and Rakshana Krama. Whatever you are doing, your alignment, balance, your conservation of energy, principle works everywhere. For that you need to have understanding of physiological processes and the biochemical, so biomechanical pathways. In exercise physiology, it is called biomechanical understanding. It is not about knowing a muscle. It is all about how that muscle in a biomechanical action it works. So your bone density can be increased only by two factors. One is the load factor and one is the frequency you apply. Suppose in Tibet you do jump like this, low intensity. It's not tiring. Low in 50% of working your heart rate, 70% of working heart rate. This is called low intensity. Medium, 70% medium intensity. 90% if you touch your maximum heart rate, 90% if you touch, it's called high intensity. So this one, very safe. And high intensity, like going like this. How long you can do this? It's a high intensity. Here density won't increase, but here you can do so many things. One, two, three. Low intensity, not high intensity. To increase the bone density, muscle density very quickly. Then, zero resistance. Then comes Chikitsa Krama. Therapeutic. This order is not limited to a particular tradition. The entire yoga, the way you do asana, pranayama, anything you do, this is involved. All these are involved. Srishti Krama, or Rakshana Krama, or Sikshana Krama, or Adhyatmika Krama. So your total fitness can be achieved. All that because each one of them, zero resistance means electron transport system. Sikshana Krama means energy conservation mechanisms. Center of mass keeping center of gravity close. All bends only yoga means. Why? Bringing center of mass close to the center of gravity. Center of line passing through the center of mass, trying to align with the, working close with the center of gravity. This is the frontal plane. This is a sagittal plane. And if you cut me across, that's called transverse plane. All yoga is conservation of energy. If you go beyond, this is called body of stability. Body of stability means your sagittal plane, your frontal plane, your transversal plane. What is your transversal plane? If I extend my hands like this, if you cut me like this, that's called transversal plane. If you cut me like this is called frontal plane. If you cut me from top to down into two pieces, right side, left side, that's called sagittal plane. And within these planes, if I work, it's called yoga, it's called fitness, it's called conservation of energy. And as I move from center of mass, the line passing through the center of mass, or a fulcrum, as I move away, it's called proximal. If I am working close to this, it's called a proximal. If I am working away from this, it becomes a distal or a dorsal. As I am moving away from the center of mass, line passing to the center of mass, my energy consumption is increasing. As I am working close to this, energy conservation is increasing. Entire yoga is to conserve the energy, working, keeping your center of mass, line passing to the center of mass, in line with the center of gravity, closely. It is not. A sport is high energy consumption, so you are bound to have elbows going and bound to have ligaments tearing, you are bound to have your knees gone, your joints gone. Why? So because anything beyond this, anything you do, you run, everything is not in the zone of body of stability. Energy consumption mechanisms. Out of body of stability is called energy consumption. Is your fitness, when you say fitness is all about energy conservation, as long as your exercise remains in body of stability zone. And these are the 5 principles of working in the body of stability zone. That's why this yoga mat is enough. This yoga mat is enough to achieve complete fitness. If you are crossing the yoga mat, understand, if you are crossing this yoga mat, means your exercise is becoming energy consumption. If you are running in the park, you are walking in the park, energy consumption. You are damaging the system. Understand? All that your work has to be in this. It is not that a treadmill, you instead of running on a park, you run on a treadmill, the same, one and the other same. Understand? All that is working is this. Energy conservation. It is all about center of mass, center of gravity, line passing to the center of mass, in line with the center, line passing to the center of gravity. If you respect this, you know yoga. If you don't know this, you don't know the fitness. You are a soldier. Whatever you do, you are becoming a fighter. Fighter with the wife, fighting with the children, fighting with the wife, fighting with the boss, fighting with the society, and you think you are the smartest guy. Hey, what government is doing? Instead of adapting, instead of praising for what you got from the government, instead of appreciating, all the time you start blaming the government. You start blaming whatever you got with the wife, feeling that you are stupid, at least that kind of wife you got it. Instead of appreciating it, that kind of partner you got it. Instead of appreciating it, all the time, nagging. Oh, all the time fighting. Oh, I deserve more, but I got only you. So life is miserable. Your fitness, your food, your fitness, what exercise you are doing, how you are doing will tell how your brain is, how your personality is. How your personality is. Understand? So yoga is not, it is not just a person and who simply sits under the tree and closes his nose and aloof and run away from the society. No. So this is what they explore. This is what they explored. From high altitude region to sea level training to high temperature zone like in Rajasthan desert to, and high humid regions to, and so low oxygen levels to above 6,000 meters height to sea level height. The yoga has all the domains. When you say modern exercise physiology, if you study a 2-year course, then you only understand fitness means the best fitness of what you can achieve is only by means of a proper yoga. Understand? If you have not studied that, either you should have studied in the traditional schools like me, or you should have studied about because everyone wants to do exercise. Then you first study 2 to 3 years of exercise physiology. Then only you choose. You can't become overnight expert of your own. Can you repair your own car? Can you service your own car? Tell me. There is a mechanical engineer trained by that automobile company, your car company, and he is only authorized to do. So when you give your servicing over there, and he knows how to do the maintenance for your car, how to do the servicing for your car. So for this car, for this vehicle, that vehicle which you give it for service, it is having only 150 bearings. It is having only 300 moving parts. But this body is having 720 moving parts. 360 joints. Means how robust understanding is required. You have to be extraordinary a mechanical engineer. You have to be a trained engineer to understand about a 720 moving parts, a machine to maintain. An engineer has to be an extraordinary engineer. Will you give your car maintenance for a person who does some repair work across the footpath? Will you give? You won't give. Then how come you become expert for this vehicle? If this vehicle is complicated, if this software complicated, it's a fully automated vehicle, and this vehicle requires highly sophisticated, evolved vehicle. For this vehicle to decide its fitness, to do servicing, to do maintenance, to do repair, have you become expert without studying? And when it comes to this vehicle, and each one of us we consider, hey, I know. Hey, I know. What a pity. That's called ignorance, my dear, in yoga. That's called a delusion. Matad mithya jnanam matadhrupam pratishtayam vipariyayam. Every cell in you, mithya jnanam, deluded knowledge. Far away from the science, truth, absolute truth. Today when I explain, if you understand this, it should come to you, you should realize why a tradition, why a lineage, why an experienced teacher, and why it is so important to choose a right guru. So yoga is, that's why Patanjali said, purveshamapi gurukale vacheda. Are you from Stanford? Are you from Harvard? Are you from Oxford? Are you from Cambridge? Oh, I am from Stanford. Okay, you have some level. Are you from Harvard? Yes, you have some school. Are you from Banaras Hindu University, Sanskrit, Pali? Are you from Queen's College in Varanasi, in Kashi? Are you from which Himalayan school? Which you studied? Which ashram? Which Gompa? Which monastery you studied? Gelug tradition. Oh, Kagyu tradition you follow. In Kagyu, which yoga you practice? Nyingma. Which Nyingma you practice? Practice. Which school? So understand. So this is the most complicated, sophisticated. This vehicle is designed to go to the Holy Spirit, Allah, Tawheed. That is the capacity of this vehicle. And the yoga is a technology given to prepare this vehicle to reach the destiny of singularity or absolute purity. And if you don't understand this vehicle and its purpose, like you are using a Formula 1 number 1, Formula Race 1 car, Ferrari car, Aston Martin car, or you are using AMG car, or you are using it for carrying municipality, so garbage. Does anyone use municipality to use his Ferrari car, Formula 1 number 1 race car? Does he use to carry the garbage? So if we are not using this vehicle to reach the destiny of immortality, absolute happiness, absolute fitness, then you are just using this vehicle, you are abusing this vehicle, or you are misutilizing this vehicle, and you are using this vehicle simply as a municipality vehicle, that's all. Carrying all the fat deposits, sugar deposits, all garbage inside, it is carrying, this vehicle is carrying. So yoga is a powerful tool to convert, to use this vehicle, to prepare this vehicle at 5 levels: Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, software, hardware, training hardware, software, so that what this software can achieve, and the hardware is to achieve the goal of that software, to support software. Hardware, what is the purpose of hardware? To support the software, isn't it? If it cannot support the software, your hardware has no meaning. So this entire hardware is the purpose of software. This software is capable of to become a saint like a Jesus, like a prophet, like a Rama, like a Krishna, like a Buddha. They set an examples. They are yogis, absolute standard, absolute yogis. They are the noble men. Anyone can follow them. They don't react. Noble elements never react, That's why they are called noble. They never react. They are universal in nature. So with this understanding, let us practice yoga. Understand? So first, we should empty out our cup of coffee. Like me, wherever I went, I am at their lotus feet. Understand? Without understanding this, and anything you learn, without understanding your vehicle, you open the vehicle and you repair the vehicle. And what happens to your vehicle? Tell me. Without understanding, without studying about the vehicle, without even learning from the one who knows the repairing the vehicle, at least you have not undergone any training under him, you have never seen him how he does it. And you started repairing your own vehicle, you started servicing your own vehicle on your own without even manual, and you think you are expert. So that's why right now, whatever the means of exercise you already choose, you very well realize neither your diabetes is gone nor your sugar is gone, and nothing really, if you examine, Still you have 101 problems. Psychological, mental, psychological, physical, physiological. All problems still you have. And you must accept you don't know the engineering of this vehicle, science of this vehicle, technology of this vehicle. Science gives engineering. Science and engineering combined gives the technology. Simply engineering has no meaning if there is no science. There is no engineering without science. Understand that. And there is no science without philosophy. So, understanding that, and you will understand what is the fitness. The goal is, objective is to be happy, healthy, isn't it? The objective is not to fight, not to participate in Olympics. Why we need to go for Olympics? To earn money, isn't it? You will become, are we going to be all Olympic champions? To run in the street, to run in the park? You are running in the park to stay fitness, but I am telling you what it does. What it does. Does it achieve all the parameters? No, it can't achieve. Your working itself is out of body of stability. You are consuming more. Your exercise is burning calories. The day you stop running, the day you put on the weight. All the dancers, have you seen? All those dancers, the day they stop doing the dance and they start eating, and immediately they accumulate the fat. They become obese. Why? Because they only burned calories by means of high intensity. Yoga is not to play with the metabolism, not to reduce the metabolism. Reducing the metabolism, when you go on a fasting, your metabolism comes down. But after that, after the fasting of 15 days or 20 days, when you start eating, immediately you put on weight. Before that, the same food has not made you more obese, but now less food also making you obese. Why? Because when you went on unscientific fasting, what happened is your metabolism reduced. Your body learnt that, oh my God, he is not going to feed, so feed me anymore. It reduces the metabolism. And when you start again feeding carbs, and immediately you put on the weight, because metabolism cannot be increased. It can be reduced, but it cannot be increased. Understand? So all our exercise, all our food habits I am trying, you are playing with the metabolism. You are playing with the catabolism. Don't play. Understand your metabolism, your life processes. Metabolism means your life processes. Anabolic, catabolic activity is called a metabolism. Your transcription, translation factors. So this is a time for us to get into practice. So I just want to explain, and because we are practicing, straight away I wanted to practice. But in no ashram, in many ashrams, practice is given, no doubt. But if you don't understand what you practice, agama, pariyatte, patipatte, Buddha calls, theory and practice, theory and practice. Whatever you study, immediately it has to be experimented. It has to be experienced. Then that becomes understanding. Otherwise, reading has no meaning. So today let us do, in continuation to yesterday, we do. So keep your right leg, so we continue to explore. And as I told you about the diet, yesterday we stopped at the diet, food. And today, yes, so what is the diet? Your food has to support your zero resistance or the fitness. So we'll be learning that. So we have time to learn. So tomorrow maybe I will cover about that aspect. And today, so I have given you something very, very important to understand what a yogi is all about, what fitness is all about, what is the fitness is all about. Your mind, you are experiencing calmness, quietness, and totally healthy. You never have to go to the doctor, you never have any problems. You are so calm, so quiet. Nothing in the world affects you anymore. Means your fitness program is somewhat right. Understand? So keep your right foot perpendicular to the left foot like this. And inhale, zero resistance. Look at How freely my body moving. That's what Krishnamacharya says. Looking at the body and its movements itself, you can tell whether he is yogi or not. All that is known, how you lift it, how you drop it. If there is any resistance in it, means you have not practiced proper yoga at home. When I look at yoga teachers, the body itself is full of tension. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Someone is asking, inhale. Pranayama, sir, we want to practice breathing techniques. This is a time to strengthen the respiratory system. You see. So, after working with the Annamaya Kosha, prana is not different. With every asana, when you are lifting clavicle muscles, intercostal muscles, diaphragmatic muscles. The only way you can exercise your lungs, the only way you can pump in oxygen to the lungs is by doing, there is no asana without the breath. Understand? That's why I am saying inhale. Now where the breath went? It went up. And your diaphragm lifted up. Is it not pranayama? Inhale, exhale, inhale. If you forget to inhale, exhale, all yoga, every asana is all about inhalation, exhalation. If you are not doing inhalation, exhalation, your yoga has no meaning, it is exercise. Oxygen conservation happens only when you inhale. Only one inhalation, only one exhalation. Yoga is all about inhale, exhale, inhale. What am I programming? This much time I am taking for one inhalation. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Otherwise, what do you do sitting at home? In this much duration, you will have so many inhalations, so many exhalations. When a number of inhalations, number of exhalations increases, what happens? Oxygen consumption increases. They won't go down. Your breath is only stuck up here. You are gluing to the TV. You are watching TV. You are reading a book. You forgot to breathe. Your breathing is only astroclavicle breathing. You are breathing only to the shallow breathing. Only upper parts of the lungs, only oxygen is going. And oxygen is not going down. You are depriving your system of the oxygen. That's why 36 inches breath, 24 inches breath, 16 inches breath, 12 inches breath, 8 inches breath, 4 inches breath. Which breath? When you inhale like this, it is 36 inches breath it is. The breath is going down to that extent. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, drop your arms, free your arms. Now gently keep your left leg perpendicular to the right leg, stand leisurely, have no tension in the body, watch my body, and you won't find any tension anywhere. How relaxed I am. The same way your body should look. Inhale, exhale, 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 inhale, drop your arms, free your arms. Morning to evening, you are always in some asana, some posture. It's called a asana if there is a breath. Otherwise, it's not called a asana. Morning to evening, your body is in different postures, different angles. In every angle, if you know how to inhale, if you know how to exhale, if you don't forget to inhale, if you don't forget to exhale like this, then you are healthy. Unfortunately, we seldom remember the breath. Whole day, you never think about the breath. Am I inhaling? Am I inhaling up to here? Am I inhaling up to here? Am I really inhaling up to here? Am I doing diaphragmatic breathing down up to here? Or am I doing only thoracic breathing up to here? Or am I doing only clavicle breathing up to here? You never think. That's the problem. Why you did not think about it? Because you are engaged. Your damn work. Or TV. Again coming back home. Again TV. Again some serial. Again reading the book. So tense. What made this book? Your interest in the book. What made the interest in your opera or serial? Or some fiction, some drama? And in the office, all your attention there in the work. At what cost? Your breath. We don't even care the breath. We don't even aware of the breath. And that is your life, that is your fuel. If that is not there, you have to eat more. If you only aware breath, every moment, inhaling, exhaling, and you become a yogi one day. And there is a way to train yourself. How come there is a posture? How come there is, without the breath, how come you do like this? And how come you do the waist like this? No breath aspect at all. You are killing yourself. It's all about exercise. Is for what? Is for the breath. It is for the oxygen only. But then no one observes oxygen. Oxygen is your life. Morning to evening. Why tension? Because you did not concentrate on your oxygen management. So understand. Asana, there is no asana without the breath. If at all, if you are doing asana without the breath, you do not know then. You are like a soldier doing some exercise. Soldiers, when they don't have war, for them games are given to fight because their job is to fight. They are trained only to fight. Our job is to love, not to fight. Huge difference. All these athletes, all these sports, all this fitness, all the gym, meant for that soldier to fight. And you want to fight with the boss, you want to fight with the wife, you want to fight with the children, you want to fight with the society. Hey, my dear, as a human, you are supposed to love. Your programming, your fitness has to love, not fight. How come a soldier training becomes a loving training? Tell me. Not possible. Its physiology is different. Its chemistry is different. So now we have done both the sides. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Isn't it? So we have done that. Now keep your legs apart. Free your lumbar sacrum, Katichakrasana. All this morning to evening, any time you can do. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam 5, 6, 7. I am in heaven. 7. Completely relaxed. That's called Adhyatmika, completely. If I find anywhere any tension in you when you do it, you do not know how to let go. You do not know how to detach. You are holding. That's the problem. Understand? I don't have any holding in me. That's why let go. Even let go of my life, so what? Why we are so scared? That's a yogi. That's there in every my cell. No cell in my body is scared of the death or anything. Nothing. So we are programmed for that. Now, next one. Mid-thoracic region. Inhale. exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Your arms up. Exhale. Bring your arms down. Free your arms. Mid-thoracic, lumbosacrum you have done. The spinal roots here, transverse, across the transverse section of your erector spinae. Transverse medialis erector spinae. So we have done in those regions where your adrenal glands are there, where your kidneys are situated, where your spleen is situated, where your liver is situated. Now, upper thoracic, going beyond clavicle region, pumping oxygen into the brain area. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Raise your arms up. Exhale. Bring your arms down. Free your arms. Free your arms. Free your arms. Now we have done entire spine, transverse rotation, axial rotation they are called. As I told you, in the body of stability, so in a frontal plane, you can only do right, left. Understand? And sagittal plane called front bend, back bend. Only sagittal bend. And then comes transverse plane. In this plane, where any exercise that's called axial rotational direction. Along the line, you are going across. Only yoga can offer you that. So what you have done, these are the axial rotations, working across the transverse muscles. And all your oblique muscles, inferior oblique or superior oblique, all this section, when you talk about, it requires transversal rotation. These are transversal rotational directional movements. These are called axial rotational directional movements of the lower section of the trunk, midsection of the trunk, and at the upper section of the trunk, and covering like this. So that's what we have done. And now, working in sagittal plane. Sagittal plane and frontal plane, you can move right side, left side, you can move up, superior movement, inferior movement, and lateral movement, right side, angular movement, right side, left side. These are called frontal plane. Now once again, working in the frontal plane, before we go into lateral plane, lateral bends. Lateral bend means right side, left side. And superior means going up, coming down. These are only the possible movements in the sagittal plane. There are only the limited movements in a frontal plane. In frontal plane, only 4 movements. One is superior, one is inferior, one is right side, one is left side. They are called lateral. Lateral bend, right side, left side. When I go like this, Trikonasana, lateral bend. When I go like this is a left lateral bend. When I go like this, right lateral bend. When I go like this, left lateral bend. When I go like this is a lateral front. Which plane? I am working in frontal plane. It is like this. Now, it is in which plane am I doing? Sagittal plane and frontal plane. Because in this plane I am working. Now, keep your arms from here. Inhale. From sagittal plane, your arms here. Inhale. Take them into the stretches in frontal plane. Inhale. Free your trunk. Raise your heel up. Now you will achieve complete frontal superior stretch. Inhale. This is called a traction. Superior stretch or inferior stretch in frontal plane called a traction. Inhale. Exhale and gently bring your heel down. Free your shoulders and gently bring your arms down. Free your arms. Free your arms. Without studying MBBS, without studying 5 years theory sitting in the classroom, you never become a doctor. Without studying engineering in the classroom for 4 years, and you will never become an engineer. And so yoga also, unless you understand underlying mechanisms, you will never become a yogi. Agama, and very important, understanding the Shastra is very important, the science is very important. Now, keep your arms into front. Now again, frontal plane stretch. And beginning from the front, front means sagittal plane, frontal plane. If I keep my hand like this, this is sagittal, this is sagittal. See, from sagittal, hold this and raise it up. Inhale and stretch. No swing here, and entire concentration on the left side of the spine. Inhale. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your heel down, arms down. Free your shoulders, free your deltoid, superior, inferior, and bring your arms down. Step 1, step 2, step 3. 0. Step 1 here, and then going into step 2 here, and inhale, inhale, exhale, free your shoulders, and stretch your arm up. When you stretch your arm up, it is the absolute frontal plane. If a line drawn, it should be straight. Your arm should be toward the back. By default, it's oriented like this. You must make an effort to keep it back, like this. Inhale, and stand on your heel. Entire attention on the right side of the spine. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptama. Inhale, exhale, and bring your heel down, your arms into front, bring your arms down. Vinyasa, this is called Upavinyasa. Vinyasa means main posture. In that posture, you have these manipulations, you have these preparations. These are called Upavinyasa. And 48 Upavinyasa are required to do one Vinyasa. To do one posture, you need 48 preparations. So this is only Talasana Varga, palm tree Varga, but so many postures in the palm tree Varga. Now, free your shoulders. Stretch your arms into front, push your base of the hand into the front, inhale, stretch your arms up, and stretch arms behind, and lift your heel up. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptamam. You can experience all the curvatures. It works on posterior spine. Exhale, bring your arms into front, free your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, bring your arms down and free your shoulders. Drop your shoulders and lift your shoulders and drop them. Because this is what you are doing is superior inferior stretch, and for your shoulders always to detach from your trapezius, best thing is to do superior inferior deltoid movement. It frees your neck and only posterior movement like this. Inhaling, lifting, moving up. Because our tendency is to go like this. So to keep postural correction, this always helps, not other way around. Never go do this, only this. If you want to inhale, now you can see your sternum full of oxygen, your clavicles full of oxygen. Lift it and hold it, called box breathing, in Tibetan box breathing. Tidal volume, it allows you to fill your full lungs capacity. Free your shoulders. Having done this, and now we go into, so sagittal plane, forward bend, inhaling and exhaling and raising your arms up, compensation, lifting arms up, compensation, pushing your waist back. Inhale, up. by compensation. If there is no compensation, you are damaging your system. Every posture is by compensation. That's called upavinyasa. Compensation. Yoga is by compensation. Compensation by a prop. Krishnamacharya never used any prop. He uses only chair or he uses only body as a compensation. So where you have to compensate, when you are going like the forward bend, never go like this. You are damaging your hamstring, damaging your back. Always inhale, exhale, compensation by the knee, compensation by arms up. Inhale, up. Viniyoga, inhale, exhale, inhale, and stay there. Your blood has to be normalized. It's not easy. Blood flows down towards the gravity easily like this, but again back. And blood has to flow back to brain. There's a time. That's why you have to stay for some time here. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Exhale. Ekam dvenam. Inhale. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptamam. At least 1:5 times. If you are staying one time here, at least 5 times you have to stand, go up and stay 5 times the duration than the posture in the down. That is to compensate, to restore your blood supply, normalize the blood circulation. Otherwise, your blood pressure fluctuations will be there. Inhale, exhale. Once again, stay there. Inhale, go up. Inhale and free your trunk, free your spine. Exhale. That is called sagittal frontal bend. Flexion. Flexion and extension. Flexion. This is called a flexion. You are bringing your trunk close. Tana means flexion. Inhaling. That happens. Flexion or extensor is in sagittal plane. Free your shoulders. Free your shoulders. And now let's go down. Inhale. Or you want to do lateral bend. We have not done the lateral bend. So leave this. So right leg free. And so as Krishnamacharya says, always do any posture on the right side first. And when you do any pranayama, breathing, always do start from the left nostril. But physical posture, right side. So stretch your left angle here and keep your hand above the right hip and to inferior right oblique muscle. Inhale. Inhale. Watch this, watch this. This is your vikshana, vinyasa. Vikshana, without vikshana, there is no vinyasa. Where you focus here. That automatically brings alignment. You don't have to make any special effort. And here a foot is straight because it is, at this distance foot has to go like this. Otherwise your foot is like this. Freely. Inhale and stretch first your arm up. Step 1. Step 2 here. From first step to second step. Stay there. Inhale. Exhale. Drop it. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptama. Inhale, inhale, keep it straight. Exhale, bring it down. Free your shoulders, moving up and down. Free them. So now stand on the right leg, free your left leg, like this. And now, so your right gluteal medius is like this. Same plane, frontal plane movement. And now there is a frontal bend, angular lateral bend, that's what it's called. And now inhale, keep your left hand above the left hip and your right arm stretched up. First position here and adjust yourself. Inhale and gently exhale and watch your right underarm and right hip. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale and gently bring your right arm down. Free your shoulders and drop your shoulders. And now free your lumbar sacrum because you worked at this level here, and that's why free your lumbar sacrum. Ekam dvenam trinam jaturam panchama shadamam saptama. Little bit leg extended and like this, little bit leg extended, 2 feet distance and 2 or 2.5 feet distance, and your heel facing the arch, and now your trikonasana triangle begins. Again lateral bend, and observe this, push it here. Now your hand position shifts from above the hip to the down to the groin area, and hold it here in the groin, right hand. Inhale, stretch your left arm up first. Keep it there, stretch. Inhale, and now bend here. Drop it free or stretch like this. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, bring your arm down, free your shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Now, bring your left foot perpendicular to the right foot, equally placed, equally distant from center of mass to equally distant proximal, and a distal, proximal or distal, keep it here and free. Free your waistline. Inhale and stretch your right hip and position here. Your left hand here in the groin, adductor should be free, and groin. Inhale. Now observe your right arm up and observe here and free. If you stretch like this, is a high stretch, or leave it free. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptamam. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Bring your arm down, free your shoulders, and freeing your shoulders, freeing your shoulders, and free your legs, free your shoulders. If you want to take and your legs at more distance and keeping at this level, 3 feet, more than 3 feet, if you are 5 feet 8 inches above or 7 inches above, if you are less than 5 feet 8 inches, between 5 feet 4 inches, the distance should be 3 feet. If you are only 5 feet 4 inches height, the distance should be only less than 1.5 to 2 feet. Understand? 3 feet, 2 feet only. So since I am 5 feet 10 inches, my height is, so the distance can be more than 3 feet. So perpendicular, inhaling and bending here and freeing. Again, I am showing you how to do the bend. So which bend? So doing here, and I'd see this angle. Adjust this angle. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. Bring your elbow here and see this. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. Compensation by the knee, compensation by elbow. Very important. Inhale and then come here and don't stay for a long time. Come back. That is the preparation for warrior pose 2. Free your shoulders. Free your shoulders. And bring your right foot here and keep your left foot perpendicular to the right foot and bend your left knee, and knee is behind your ankle, so that all you know already. Inhale and adjust Adjust your plane. Adjust your plane. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. Inhale and gently and raise your arms up and straighten your leg, bring your arms down. And now taking your right foot here, inhaling and free and bend your right knee here, and if you want you can even relax further and bring here and bring your right elbow here. Inhale, inhale, and from here you move into this. Turn your neck right side, wash your right hand. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam. Your trunk straight and your arm here, your neck turned. Inhaling and see this back like this, like this. Inhale, shifting, weight on the left leg. Inhaling, exhaling, shifting the weight on the right side. And center, positioning the center, where your pose. Center, balancing. Again lifting, shifting on the left. Inhaling, and then inhaling, and straighten your leg. Bring your arm down. Free your shoulders, free your shoulders. In fact, we should do, again, relaxations here. Now, right foot here, left foot perpendicular, right arch facing. Inhale, and bend your left knee. Adjust, inhale, your right arm here. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam. Inhale, turn left, turn left. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. Inhale. The center of gravity shifted towards the right, center of mass shifted towards the right. Now the center of gravity is right foot, outside the right foot. Inhale. Now it is the left foot, center of gravity shifted to left foot. Inhale, center of gravity to the center, center of line of mass, passing to the center of gravity and center. Inhaling, inhaling, and straighten it, and inhale, up, and turn, bring it down. Free your shoulders, compensation. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Inhale and come up. Exhale, bring your arms down. Now, doing this and gently freeing your shoulders and gently next posture is going into freeing your back, and where here to edge one foot and your left foot at 60 degrees, keep it like this. And bend your right knee here. Tibetan is called peaceful warrior. Warrior begins in peaceful warrior. Inhale. It is like this. Inhale. You can see so much of freedom. So much of freedom. Inhale. It is here in Tibetan box breathing you do this. Inhale. 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 To keep your residual volume 0, to fill your tidal volume, forced inhalation, forced exhalation. Inhale, warrior pose 1. From where warrior pose 1 comes? It comes from here. Inhale and gently see this. Your hip bone is aligned, your trunk is straight. Inhale, exhale. And here you are, and simply, if you go like this, and if you turn like this, that's all. Another pose. Your right foot at 65 degrees, your left foot here. Other way around. Doing. You see your right leg straight. And at 65 degrees, your trunk straight. Inhale. Free your trunk. Free your trunk. There's a way to breathe in full capacity of the lungs. Fill it. Here, inhale. 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 Bastrika, bellow breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your arms down. Inhale and straighten your leg. Come into the front. And now free your back. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturham panchama shadama saptamam. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Next one, going down into the front. Inhale and exhale. And bring your hands down. Inhale. Your left leg here, right leg here. Inhale. Free your back. Free your back. Free your back. Ekam. Sagittal, frontal, axial, frontal, sagittal rotations. Inhaling, exhale. Free your neck. Bring your right knee here, right forearm here. Lift your left leg. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptamam. Inhale, gently. Exhale. Bring your knee down here. Bring your left forearm down here. Inhale. Lift your right leg. Drop it. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptamam. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it down. Free your back. Inhale. Exhale. And now gently free your shoulders and go into Balasana, child pose. Ekam dvenam 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale. Off dog. Go into off dog. Inhale. Free your neck. Drop your neck between the shoulders freely. Inhale. Exhale. Gently. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Gently moving into here. Freeing here. Free your shoulders. Free your shoulders. Inhale. You want to do Rakshana Krama. Join your hands and push your seat back. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Gently come into the front, into elbow plank. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Free your legs. Keep your legs floating in the air. Your heel down toward the hanging over the hip and hanging over the seat freely. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Bring your Adhyatmika Krama, zero resistance, rolling. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Moving your shoulders up and down, freeing. Makarasana, arms folded, completely keeping legs crossed, freeing. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam. Interchanging the feet. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam. Interchanging the feet, changing the neck direction. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Interchanging the legs. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Bringing the legs to the center and bringing them down, rolling your seat once again. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Legs up and gently, hands here. Free your shoulders, free your shoulders. Inhale and gently fold your legs, left side. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam. Inhale, up. Exhale, right side. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Inhale, up. Exhale, left side. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Inhale, exhale. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Inhale, your legs up and gently bring your legs down, roll your seat, free your shoulders, roll your seat. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Shoulders up and down. Ekam dvenam trenam jaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Coming here. Inhale. Push your seat back. Exhale. Ashtanga namana, 8-point prostration. Inhale. Ekam dvenam. Dropping your seat onto the right side, lifting it, dropping it like this. Ekam dvenam trenam chatura. Bringing it to the center, lifting up, madhyama, center, 8-point prostration. Lifting, shifting your neck on the right side and keeping your seat on the left side. Ekam dvenam trenam chaturam panchama shadamam. Inhale. Exhale. Right side, dakshina. Inhale, madhyama. Exhale, vama. Ekam dvenam trenam chaturam. Inhale. Exhale. Now, From here, you can move into lower plank. Inhale, keeping elbows close to the chest, lifting. Inhale, and from here moving up, if required. Exhale and down. Inhale, lift your legs up, free your shoulders. Inhale, free your shoulders, free your back, free your shoulders. Once again, inhale and lift it. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, Urdhva Chatrangasana, lower plank, upper plank, and down. Legs lifted up. Immediately, free your shoulders, free your shoulders. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptama. Roll your seat. Freeing your entire back, freeing your entire spine. Very important. Now, Pigeon, moving into Pigeon slowly. From here, free your shoulders, move up and down, legs up. Inhale, lift it up straight. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. Bring your legs down. Raise your neck up. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama. Left, 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 left. Next. Up dog. Lift your knees up. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Inhale, left leg. Inhale, up. Move your seat back, arms into front, half dog. Seat up, sagittal. Push hips. your seat into the sagittal extensor. Inhale. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama. Free your shoulders, free your neck, free your neck. Relax gently, bringing back and relaxing Balasana, child pose completely. Free your shoulders, free your neck, drop it. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchamam shadamam saptamam. Gently inhale, go into elbow, half dog. Free your shoulders, free your back, totally relaxed. Come into Marjalasana, cat posture. Free your shoulders, free your neck, free your back, and gently moving into down dog. Inhale. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. Inhale, drop it. Ekam dvenam trinam chaturam panchama shadama saptamam. Bring down. Free your legs, free your back. Inhale, exhale, and gently walk back, and free your shoulders, free your shoulders, free your shoulders, and gently free your back, free your back. Inhale, free your back. Inhale, exhale, and free your back. Inhale, exhale, moving to the front, and keep your legs into the front. Free your shoulders. Ekam dvenam trenam chaturam panchama shadamam saptamam. Sitting here, free your legs. Dandasana. Lateral bend of the feet. Freeze your back, free your shoulder, free your neck by moving your shoulders, deltoid, front to back to front. Inhale, and again, going back, down onto the spine, down onto the waistline, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, freeing your back, inhaling, exhaling. And freeing it here, cross it, and inhale, right side. Ekam dvenam trenam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. So you are here, and gently bring your leg here, and gently move it freely. Inhale, exhale. Your left foot here, free your left groin, and then gently cross it. Inhale, and to the right side, free your shoulders, free your shoulders. Ekam dvenam trenam chaturam panchama shadama saptama. And gently, your leg here, free it, and bring it down, and free your back. And again, here, free your shoulders, free your back. Inhale, exhale, and gently, inhale, moving here, inhale, exhale. Balasana, Ananda Bala, happy child, freeing from here. Inhale, lift your legs up, move back. Exhale, and gently come into the front. Free your shoulders, free your legs, free your back. Freeing the neck is very important. Any supine posture, and this region, and better to free it all the time. This is also to free your neck. This is Trikotasana. Inhaling, exhaling. Now, gently, you can lie down. Inhale, exhale, free your shoulder. Lift your seat up and gently recline, bridge posture. But you have to move your knees together, apart. And your back gets freed. Here. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands under the neck. Roll your neck, free your neck. Inhale, exhale. Now the time to do the dharana. Inhale, free your shoulders, raise them, drop them. Bring your hands here, and stretch your legs out, and free your feet. And your heart as a center is a vertices. Your both feet as a basis. Your center of gravity, your center of mass is towards L5S1. Concentrate there. It frees your L5S1, very important area. Once you free it, now you do the dharana. Entire sky Gently play dharana and do dharana from top of the head down to the tips of toes. Gently, once you finish dharana and come up and free your shoulders like this, relax completely. After performing dharana, and you sit here and end with the prayer. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanat vrutya muksheya mamrata. May you all be at peace. May you all be healthy, happy. May you all be protected, secure. May God bless you all. May Dharma protect you all. Swastir bhavatu, shantir bhavatu, mangalam bhavatu, purnam bhavatu. Amen. Insha Allah. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste.